Hi, in today's video, we're going to be looking at HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, in web development, we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to make your websites look nice and also make the pages interactive. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it describes the structure of the web page, and it tells the browser how to display the content using elements. So we normally would have a head, a body, a footer, and we'd sometimes call these elements tags, and we'll put the main part of our content inside the body tags. So let's take a look at a real example of how HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is used. So we're going to take a look at the Amazon website. And as we scroll down the page, you can see it's got a nice layout, it's very well structured, and it looks very appealing. And also we've got this nice little slider at the top there. And if we look in the middle of the page, we've got these 4 blocks. So that's what we're going to take a look at now. So if we right click on the page, then in the little drop down box, we're going to select inspect. And what this does, this opens up a window that allows us to make changes to the HTML elements on the page and also the CSS and JavaScript. Now, I don't expect you to understand this if you're a beginner. This is just a quick overview. So we're going to search for the HTML tags. You see we've got opening and we've got closing tags as well. So with your HTML elements, you always have to have a closing tag to match your opening tag. So we'll look for the body one as well. We can see we've got the body, and as we said, we put all our main content within the body tags, and we're searching for the head tag now. And the head is normally where we put our CSS and JavaScript links. You can see the closing head tag there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to change one of these blocks. Let's change the text in one of these blocks here, in that first block. So if we inspect that block there, we see they've got a header and they've got a body and a footer. So we're going to make a change to the text in the header. So if we open that up, we can see the H2 element there. It's got some text in there. So let's click in there and change the text. Put hello world. And yep, you can see that's been changed. So let's change the middle block as well. So if we inspect that element and now we change this text that's in the H2 element. Yep, my name is Slim Shady. Yep, so we've changed that as well. So next we're going to look at the CSS. So what CSS is, cascading style sheets. So this is what we use to style the web pages. It means that you can change the layout, add colors, and make the page responsive so that it can work on multiple devices. So we're going to change the background of those blocks there. So if we can find the window that allows us to do that, here we go. So let's look for the background. So this is all the CSS classes. So if we can change it there. So we've changed the color to black. So let's change it to red. Yep, nice. So we can change it to any color you want. You see you got that little color picker there. So let's change the text color as well. So if we can change the text color, you see we've changed the color there. Let's select another color. Nice. See, you can change it to anything you want. So that's the beauty of CSS. And if we wanted to, we can change the position of those blocks as well. Yeah, so we can change the whole page and make it, it'll be displaying differently. So next we're going to look at is the JavaScript. So JavaScript is a programming language that's used in web pages to make it interactive and dynamic. So I'm just going to give you a quick example of how JavaScript works on a page. So what we're going to do, we're going to change the text when the element is clicked. So first thing we've got to do is target the ID. So let's get the ID for that block. And then we're going to use JavaScript to find that ID on the page. And then we're going to set up an event listener. Now, event listener is going to listen out for clicks. So anytime a user clicks on that element, then it's going to trigger something else. So this is what the event listener does. So we'll add in a click event listener. And as I said before, this is just an overview. So don't worry if you don't understand the JavaScript. Yeah, this is just really just to show you what can happen. So we've added the event listener, And now we just got to target the H2 element, and we're going to change the text in there. So let's get the class for that element. Okay, cool. And we'll add it in here. And as I said, do not worry if you don't understand. This is just showing you how we can use JavaScript to make changes on the page. So there we go. We're going to add the text in there. So we'll put this is a test. So what's going to happen when you click on that middle box, it's going to change the text of the H2 element. So if we click on the left box, nothing happens. If we click on the right one, nothing happens. But when we click on the middle one, it changes the text. So that's it for today. You've seen how HTML, JavaScript and CSS works. So please like, comment and subscribe. Ciao.